Hello! So I want to take a few minutes and just go over the full service checkout with you. So this is what happens after you're done with the demo. You want to find a place where you can just meet with people one-on-one and just have some time connecting with them individually, okay? So what you want to do when they come to you is you can just, you want to start off with asking them if they had fun. And notice how I'm nodding my head, right? So you want to give them the body language, the kind of answers that you're hoping to hear, right? Like, yes, I had fun. So did you have a good time tonight? And it feels weird at first, like you're a bobblehead, but then people just naturally kind of follow suit. Typically start nodding and say, yeah, I did have fun. And you can ask them, did you taste the recipe? What did you think? Things like that. And then it's really easy just to grab the order and want to dig right in, but I would encourage you don't. Just take a minute to chat. And then after that, you want to ask them about the business opportunity and about hosting before you do their order. Because once you do their order, they kind of get up and start leaving, and then it's like, oh, wait, did you want to have a party? And that's kind of awkward. So just go ahead and lead off with that. You want to start by asking about the business opportunity, because if you ask about hosting first, and they say no, it doesn't really make a ton of sense to turn around and say, oh, well, did you want to be a consultant then? Like if they didn't want to host, why would they want to be a consultant? So start with the big dog, right? Start with the business opportunity and just be like, what intrigued you about the business opportunity today? Or could you see, how would you benefit from earning some extra income? And notice these questions that I'm asking are open-ended, something where it's not just a yes or no answer, it's more of a discussion type of answer. So I'd encourage you to kind of phrase things that way. And then if they say, oh, well, the trips seem interesting, or if they give you any kind of answer aside from a hard no, then what you want to do is offer them some material to take home. You got the little brochures in your kit that come to the table, I think they're called. They change the marketing all the time, so I can't remember what each one. But the big orange square one, you could give them that and ask them, well, typically what I say is, go ahead and take a peek at this, on your own. And chances are it's going to kind of spark some questions for you. Would it be okay if I gave you a call just to see what questions maybe came up? And almost always they say yes. And so what you want to do is schedule a time right then. Say, okay, so how about tomorrow? Would afternoon or evening be better? Obviously don't offer afternoon or evening if you're not available, but offer 2 times that you're available, ideally in the next 24 hours, because people tend to lose interest pretty quickly, exponentially actually, for each day that passes by. And so you really want to try and do that in the first 1 or 2 days. And then what you can do, get me on the phone with you. I'm happy to help you, because you might be feeling like, my goodness, I'm new. I don't even know the answers to some of these things, or I don't know how to help them. So I will help you with this for sure, okay? And I'm not going to embarrass you or make things awkward or anything like that, because I'm cool, right? And then if they say no, then what you want to do is ask, I always thank them for an honest answer, for sure. Just keep it light, right? And then I ask them if they are interested in hosting. So sometimes I just lead off with, is there anything on your wish list that you would love to have in your kitchen, but maybe you didn't get tonight? And sometimes they'll say, oh yeah, the cookware, I really want that 12-inch skillet, or I really want that rock crock, or something like that. And then that's your shoe in. Be like, oh my gosh, let me help you get that at half price, or get it free. Let's have some friends over. We're going to have so much fun. And if they're like, yeah, let's do it, then you want to offer them your next 2 available dates. This is kind of like the dentist, right? Like they suggest 1 or 2 dates to you, and you kind of pick one. And if those don't work, then you're offered the next dates, right? And if they're like, oh, I don't know, maybe, then typically what I'd like to do is I just ask them, if you did decide you wanted to host a party, do you think you would prefer a weekend or a weeknight? And they usually have an answer. They're like, oh, well, it would have to be a weekend because I work every night, or something like that. And so then I would say, well, let me just see what I even have available for the weekends coming up. And then I grab my calendar, I take a peek, and I say, well, my next available would be May 21st or May 28th. I don't even know if, I'm just making these dates up right now. And they would be like, oh, well, we're going out of town May 28th, so probably the 21st. And so then I'm like, okay, perfect. You know, 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock, what's a better time? And they're booking a party, right? But if you ask them, if you did decide to do a party, would a weekend or a weeknight work better for you? And they're like, oh, I don't know. You know, then obviously you just need to back down and be like, that's no problem. How about, would it be okay if I just checked in with you in a couple days and kind of see where you're at then? And they're either going to say yes or no. And if they say yes, I write it down in my calendar right in front of them. Contact Mary Schultz. The phone number 999-999-9999. Possible party ? And I literally say that out loud while I'm writing it, because then they know that you're going to call them, but they feel this pressure lifted because I say possible party ? Like they're not being forced into anything. Because we want everybody to feel super comfortable, right? And really the bottom line is we just want to bless them. So anyways, after that, and if they say no, again, I thank them for the honest answer, because I would rather know right off the bat, so I'm not wasting my time, and I certainly don't want to waste their time. So it's just a win-win if they just are honest and direct, right? Okay, so then you can move on to their order. So if you are using the Express Checkout, just pull it up on your computer or your phone, review everything, and then at the bottom, there's a place where you can round up. And anything that they round up, 100% of that goes to Feeding America, which used to be called Second Harvest Heartland. And it goes to the zip code that's closest to the host's address, okay? So in the cities, it's typically St. Paul is where that donation goes. So something that I learned at conference one year, and I've implemented it, and it's pretty successful. I actually ended up being in the top 20 for Roundup donations last year in the entire company, and this is all I did. I'm telling you my secret right now, is I would ask them, I say, would you like to round your order up? We partner with the local food shelf, so anything that you round up goes to the local food shelf in St. Paul. And if they say sure, then I say, okay, how much would you like to donate? Or what would you like to round to? And I used to just assume they were going to go to the next dollar. But when I started asking that question, what would you like to round it to? Oftentimes people will do $5, $10. I've had $50 donations before. So you just never know. And that's such an easy way that we can use our business to bless our community, right? Because Feeding America can get 11 meals for every dollar that's donated. So they can really stretch that donation a long ways. Okay, so then that's it. I just thank them for coming, thank them for ordering. I do ask if they would like to, you can ask if they'd like to receive your newsletter, and Pampered Chef will send this out on your behalf as long as you click the box on Consultant's Corner under their order that says newsletter. And then also, if you have a VIP group, you can ask them if they would like to be in your Facebook VIP group. And if they say yes, I just pull it up Facebook right then and there and try and find them, because sometimes it's hard to find people. You know, like if someone's looking for Sarah Anderson, there's a million Sarah Andersons, and they might not know which one is me. So I just try and find them right then and there, and I just tell them, okay, once you accept this friend request, I can add you to that group, and take care of it that way. So that is about the full service checkout. I would just encourage you, you really just have to ask everybody, because if you only ask some, then let's say somebody's standing in line waiting to check out with you, and you ask the person that you're working with if they're interested in hosting, and they say no, and so you might feel discouraged. Then the next person comes along and you just don't even bother asking. Well, how does that make that person feel? Because maybe they were kind of thinking about hosting and you didn't ask them, and then they feel like, well, gosh, am I not worthy of hosting? Does she not want me to be one of her hosts? Am I not good enough? Right? Like they start second guessing. So you owe it to your guests to ask every single one of them, because you don't want anyone to feel badly or left out. And also, the door prize slips, I don't even look at those necessarily before I do the full service checkout. And even if I do, if everybody checks no, still ask everybody. I've had people sign up to be consultants who checked no to every single box, but then when you start talking to them, they're open to it. So you just don't prejudge anyone or anything. So that's all I've got for you on the full service checkout. It's definitely a piece that you want to really work at and get good at, and just implement. And then also any outside orders, you can give them a call and just connect with them and say, hey, I didn't get to chat with you at the party, and I want to give you the same customer service I give all my guests at the in-home parties. And then you can just go through the same thing, right? Start with your questions, talk to them about their order and ask about the business, ask about hosting, ask about Roundup, things like that. So here's to wonderfully, wildly successful, fun, engaging parties. You guys are making a difference through this business. You're helping people to spend more time cooking at home with loved ones and more time gathered around the table, which is really about establishing and building those relationships with family and friends, and that is so important, and that's what this is all about. So keep it up, and we will chat soon.